This is a cervical traction exercise. This will be performed every single day, twice a day, with 60 to 100 repetitions. We'll start by mounting the traction unit over a door. Get as close to the door as possible and put the small piece underneath your neck and the larger, thicker piece of the traction underneath your chin. Make sure to grab on both sides of the handles here. You're going to stay as close to the wall as possible and bend with your knees to perform the exercise. You want to make sure that you're using only 5, at most 10 pounds of pressure when performing the traction exercise. One of the first exercises you'll be doing every single day, twice a day, to increase the movement of the spine and prepare yourself for the best adjustment possible will be the wobble exercises. We'll start in proper position, which is shoulders over your hips, ears over your shoulders, and your back will be a distance away from the back of the chair. There will be 3 different exercises that we'll perform, again, 30 to 50 repetitions twice per day. So the first one will be from side to side. So the ear will come to the shoulder down to the hip, and we'll notice that we're getting a whole C here. And again, let's go to the other side. Excellent. And show them at regular speed. And stop. And so that's side to side. The next exercise of the 3 would be the rotational exercise on the wobble cushion. Again, we'll be performing these 30 repetitions twice per day. So elbows will be equal with the shoulders. Great. And we're going to keep, again, that core nice and tight. The ears over the shoulders over the hips. We do not want to make sure that we bend forward. We want to keep it nice and straight. And we want to look all the way and rotate our entire spine to look behind us. And again, the exact opposite. And go ahead and show them 3 repetitions. Great. Thank you. The last wobble exercise that we'll perform will be front to back, or flexion and extension. So I'll have you stand up here for me. Great. So chin to your chest. We're going to really roll that spine and tuck that sacrum under, right? And then we're going to extend all the way up. So arch in the low back, arch in the neck. And go ahead and perform 3 of those. Fantastic. Great. So those are your wobble exercises. This increases the entire range of motion of the spine. Again, we have side to side, rotation, and front to back. You'll be performing those 30 to 50 repetitions twice per day. This is the cervical traction pull exercise. This is done to strengthen the posterior neck muscles. This will be performed 3 sets of 10 exercises with a 30-second hold using 5 pounds of pressure. So you're going to take the small end of the traction and place it behind your neck. The thick end with the handles is going to be directly in front of you, down at an angle. Your chin is slightly elevated and then tucked in, and then 5 pounds of pressure is applied. Again, this is the cervical traction pull exercise. This is the prone cervical rotation exercise. This will be performed starting at 10 repetitions in the beginning and then eventually up to 50 repetitions per day. We'll start in the laying down or prone position with the palms of the hand facing down towards the ground. Either the bed or the floor would be acceptable for this exercise. We'll start by lifting the head up off the bed and rotate to the right and lift it back up and rotate to the left and back down. And we'll show, for an example, 5 repetitions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, this is to strengthen and mobilize the posterior cervical spine. This is your cervical flexor exercise. This will be performed 5 to 10 repetitions with 5 to 10 second holds twice per day. We'll start laying down, either on the bed or on the floor, and you're going to go ahead and put your forehead on top of your roll and press into it. You're going to make sure to use no more than 5 pounds of pressure, as this is just done to activate the upper cervical deep flexor muscles. Again, this is your cervical flexion exercise. This is the right sideline lateral cervical flexion exercise. This is designed to increase the range of motion of the cervical spine and stabilize that cervical spine. This will be performed on a flat surface, and you'll start with 10 repetitions, moving upwards towards 30 repetitions every single day. We'll start by lifting that ear towards the right shoulder and then back down towards the surface. This will be performed again from 10 to 30 repetitions per day. This is our left sideline lateral cervical flexion exercise. This is designed to increase the range of motion of the left side of the cervical spine. This will be performed starting at 10 repetitions, moving up towards 30 repetitions every single day. We'll start lying on a flat surface on our right-hand side, and we'll be lifting our left ear towards our left shoulder. And back down, and go ahead and perform 5 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the plank exercise. This will be performed 10 times with 15 to 45 second holds and 15-second breaks in between. This is done to stabilize the core and the entire spine. You're going to find a flat surface to lie down on. You're going to move up to your elbows and lift up on your toes. And so now your heels, your knees, your hips, and your shoulders and your ears are all in alignment. Make sure everything is flat and straight across. If you're not able to hold a full plank, feel free to drop to your knees and perform the same exercise, again, keeping everything in a linear plane. This is the right side plank. This is performed to stabilize the right side of the core and the entire spine. Make sure that your heels, your knees, your hips, your shoulders, and your ear, everything is in perfect alignment. If you're unable to perform the normal plank, go ahead and bend your knees and bend your feet, and now come up and hold from your knees, your hips, your shoulders, and your ears are now in alignment. And this will be an easier variation. This is a left-sided plank. This is performed to stabilize the left core. This will be performed 10 times with 15 to 45 second holds and 15-second breaks in between. Make sure that the head, the shoulders, the hips, the knees, and the ankle are in alignment. If you're unable to hold a standard plank, feel free to go to your knees, bend your feet back, and then come back up again. Again, this is held for 15 to 45 seconds. We're going to be performing our cervical dorsal exercise on the right. We'll be doing this 5 to 10 repetitions, 5 to 10-second holds, twice per day. This is going to stabilize the cervical and thoracic spine and that cervical and thoracic subluxation pattern. We're going to start by an excellent posture with our shoulders over our hips, our ears over our shoulders. Our right hand is going to go to the right side of the head. Great. And we're going to be looking straight ahead. This is going to activate the right side muscles here in the neck. We're going to hold this for 5 seconds. So let's perform 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax. And let's perform another one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now let's perform the left cervical dorsal exercise. This is going to stabilize the left side of the neck and mid-back. We're going to be performing this every day, twice a day, 5 to 10 repetitions, 5 to 10-second holds. So the patient's going to be in great posture, shoulders over the hips, ears over the shoulders. They're going to take their left hand up to their left side of their head. And again, their head is still going to be in alignment with the rest of their spine. They're going to hold this position for 5 to 10 seconds. Go ahead and perform 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax. And again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next, you'll be performing your chest expander exercises. This will be done 5 to 10 repetitions for 60-second holds twice per day. This is going to stabilize and expand the mid-thoracic or mid-back as well as lower cervical spine. The patient's going to be in excellent posture with shoulders over your hips, ears over your shoulders. Your hands will go above your head, hands come together, and then we're going to be bringing this down to mid-chest level. The chin should be slightly elevated, and 5 to 10 pounds of pressure are between the hands. This is going to be held for 60 seconds. Let's demonstrate from the side. Again, shoulders over the hips, ears over the shoulders. The hands are going to come together above the head, and we're going to push together to mid-chest level. The chin is slightly elevated, and again, this is going to be held for 60 seconds. This is the praying mantis exercise. This will be performed 5 to 10 repetitions for 60-second holds twice per day. This is to stabilize the upper thoracic and lower cervical spine. You'll start in normal alignment, which is shoulders over your hips and ears over your shoulders. You'll bring your elbows together in front of you, your hands together, and then you're going to lift your elbows slightly above shoulder level. Chin will be slightly elevated, and you'll be keeping this posture for 60 seconds. This is what it looks like from the side. Again, starting off in great posture, shoulders over your hips, ears over your shoulders. You're going to take your elbows together in front of you, your hands together, elbows slightly elevated above your shoulder level, and chin slightly elevated. Again, this will be held for 60 seconds. This is our lumbar extension exercise. This will help increase that normal lordosis or normal curve in that lower spine. This will be performed 10 to 15 repetitions with 5 to 10 second holds twice per day. We'll start off in normal posture. Again, ears over your shoulders, shoulders over your hips. We'll have you grab your legs and then force that lumbar into extension. You'll be looking up towards the ceiling at this point, again with a rear-facing C. And so again, will be held for 10 to 15 seconds. This is a left psoas stretch. This is going to be performed 5 to 10 repetitions with 30 to 60 second holds twice per day. We'll start in the standing position. We'll place the right leg on an elevated surface. And again, this is working the left psoas, and we're going to make sure that our hips are square, our shoulders are square, and we're looking straight ahead, and we would lean in to further stretch this. Again, this is going to be performed for 30 to 60 seconds. This is the left psoas stretch. This is the right psoas stretch exercise. This will be performed 5 to 10 repetitions with a 30 to 60 second hold twice per day. We'll start in the standing position. We'll have the left foot move to an elevated surface. We're going to make sure that our shoulders and our hips are square, and we're going to lean into the stretch. Again, this is for the right psoas, and it's going to be performed and held for 30 to 60 seconds. This is the right piriformis stretch. In this stretch, we'll start in the standing position. You're going to find an object, maybe the back of a seat, the back of a couch, something that's going to be able to elevate the right foot to where you feel a good stretch on the right side of your backside. And so we'll start in a standing position in good posture. We're going to be performing this exercise 5 to 10 repetitions for 1 to 2 full minutes of holding. And so go ahead and put your leg up there. Great. And then it's very important that we stay in good posture. So again, the shoulders over the hips and the ear over the shoulders. And this is to be held for 1 to 2 full minutes. This is the right piriformis stretch. This is the left piriformis stretch. It's going to be performed 5 to 10 times daily with a 1 to 2 minute hold each time. We'll start by in the standing position, and we're going to raise the left leg onto an elevated surface, and we're going to make sure that our ears are over our shoulders and over our hips. We're going to try to get that stretch as much as we can hold for 1 to 2 minutes. This is the left piriformis stretch. This is the wall angel exercise. You'll be performing 3 sets of 10 exercises daily. This is done to increase shoulder range of motion. Start by placing your heels, your bottom, your shoulders, your head, and the back of your hands against the wall. Make sure that you have plenty of space for this. Raise both hands with your elbows in extension all the way above your head. Slowly bring them back down to your waist. Again, perform 3 sets of 10 exercises daily.